All right, you guys, just going live right quick. Outside the hotel and shit, just chilling. Like I'm like right down the street from like where the fighters meeting was at and shit. The weigh-in and all that type of shit. So I'm just chilling. Just decided to do a live stream right quick, talk for a few minutes. Man, I was a little bit out of it, y'all. So y'all gotta kind of excuse me for my interviews because I was just like really tired. I really didn't have no energy and shit. So I was just trying to get everybody out of there as quick as possible. But that's why I'm in the room chilling. Shit gonna be better tomorrow though. But yeah, oh yeah, man, for sure, man. The murder, man. Yeah, the Doves, man. Yeah, man, out in LA, man. Just came back from Nipsey Hussle store and shit, man. Grabbed some gear. But yeah, man. Very interesting day, man. AB is a funny motherfucker, man. And some of the best interviews I did today was off camera, man. Boy, I did an off-camera interview with Paulie Malignaggi, and boy, I wish I could tell you what he said about the Tekashi 6ix9ine situation. I'm talking about Paulie went in deep. I mean, he went on some real Italian, old school paisano shit, but it was funny to the motherfucker though. So, but his PR people rushed him up out of there though. But I'll see him again. So after I check out, I'm gonna go over to the function. Yeah, Paulie is Paulie, he be on one. So yeah, I'm gonna go over to the function and shit because I'm like literally like less than a 10-minute walk, linked up with Fred and shit. So yeah, man, it's like hella fights too, man. It's like about 8 fights, man. My homeboy Miller fighting Erickson Lubin versus Issei Smith. That's not gonna be televised. I'm gonna try to get there before that fight jump off. That's not gonna be televised. So that fight, I might try to sneak some footage and shit, because the live broadcast and shit, they don't be liking you to film shit. So you're not really supposed to do it. They will yank your credentials and permanently ban you if you try to film a live broadcast and shit. I mean, it's just how it is and shit. But yeah, man, Adrian Broner said some crazy shit off camera, man, but it was funny as shit. Got a chance to talk to Virgil Hunter. Haven't talked to Virgil in a minute. I might go back to his gym one day because Mario Barrios is fighting. I got a chance to interview his pops and shit. And as far as Tank go, Tank only missed weight by like, maybe a half a pound. He came in at like maybe 3/4 of a pound. Like he came in at 130 3/4, and then he ended up coming in 30 minutes later at 120, at 129. The question is, can Tank stay at this this weight class? Hey, what's going on, Michelle? Me myself, at best maybe Tank fights one more time at at 130, then he probably moves up and shit. I just think maybe Tank is struggling a little bit to make 130. But I expect Tank to like fuck this dude up though and just move on to the next, because keep in mind, he fighting the dude that just fought like 3 weeks ago. So basically hey, what's going on? Yeah, man. Tank is gonna probably have to move. This may be his next to last fight at 130. Eventually, he gonna move up. He might have outgrown his weight class and shit, but he was able to shake that half a pound off. So no, I think Tank can fight at 135. Because him and Pacquiao about the same height, give or take an inch. So yeah, I don't see Tank going up to no 140 or 147. But then again, Manny Pacquiao was able to pull it off. Whether you think it's legit or not, he fought at those weight classes and shit. Because like I said, him and Tank is maybe the same height, you know. Well, we gonna have to find out. I think Tank I think Tank is strong, man. I think he might be stronger at 135. I think Tank has the skill set, and I think he has the power to go up and be successful at 135. Now, depending on what happens tomorrow, we'll see what his next move is. Like, you know, how he beats dude. Well, you know, that's what Stitch Duran was telling me when I did the interview. He said losing weight is like the hardest, and making weight for the fight, that's like the hardest part. Because you may make weight and then you may rehydrate like 10 pounds of shit, and then you still may not be healthy as shit. Sometimes it don't come down to discipline, man. Sometimes it just come down to your body, man. It's just like sometimes his body may not just be able to get to that weight. Because like I said, at my age, it's hard for me to lose a certain amount of pounds, man. And as you get older, it's just hard for you to lose a certain amount of pounds. Just because you lose 40 pounds of shit don't mean that you healthy and shit. That's a proven fact. I mean, look how Luther Vandross' weight kept going up and down, and look where he is now. So just because you lose like 40, 50 pounds don't mean that you in the best shape of your life. Well, I don't know about that, man. I don't know about no 170, man. Maybe 150 or something like that, man. I don't know about that. I think people be exaggerating this shit. I think, you know, people be putting shit out there, man, because they want to make it look like somebody is worse than what they really is and shit. And you got to understand, man, they do this with a certain group of fighters. Let's just say they do this to a certain group of fighters that had a darker complexion. Because, you know, I done seen people that, you know, wasn't black that didn't make weight, and they didn't blow it out of proportion. But then when guys like Tank, and Tank was only off by like maybe 3/4 of a pound. So it's not like he came in at it's not like he came in at 133 or something. He came in at like 130 and 3/4 of a pound or some shit like that. So I don't think that like it's not like he was fat or something, because, you know, the haters gonna blow the shit out of proportion. Hey, what's up, Texas T? Yeah, because, you know, they gonna blow this shit out of proportion. You know, people are already making their videos about, you know, Tank came in too big and all. I mean, he didn't come in how the fuck he come in, you know, extremely overweight when I'm talking about he didn't even come overweight a whole full-fledged pound. I'm talking about basically 3/4 of a pound and shit. Basically 130 and 3/4 or some shit like that. So like I said, I think we better not like just over exaggerate and blow the shit out of proportion. But I mean, well, that's funny that you brought that up, because, you know, Tank's people said that they didn't adjust that scale right. You know, so that has happened before and shit, because y'all know about what Lomachenko did to Gary Russell Jr. Yeah, Tank's somebody on Tank's team said it was an issue with the scale and shit. You know, that's why I be trying to tell y'all, man, if you a professional boxer, depending on who the A side is, man, you got to watch these people, man, with these scales and shit, man, where they be like fucking with the scales and shit. Because some of these people be demanding that you use the scale. They want you to use the shit. So, you know, just one of the politics and, you know, bullshit that go along with boxing and shit. So, you know, you guys just got to watch out for that shit. But it was eventful, to say the least, and shit. You know, one thing about Adrian Broner, he's a walking highlight reel. So, I mean, he always going to give you some footage. He going to always give you something good. But the thing is with Adrian Broner, man, he said some very interesting shit. You know, Adrian Broner, he told me, as you seen on the video, he said that him and Pacquiao did more than 400,000. You know, when it comes to this shit, you never really know what the real numbers is and shit. But Adrian Broner told me that he made a shitload of money. Well, you got to understand, like I said, once again, you missing the whole point. We're not even talking about a whole pound. We're talking about basically 3/4 of a pound. So, I mean, I wouldn't exactly say he came in at 133. So, you know, you got to pump your brakes a little bit. You got to relax a little bit. But I understand what you're saying. That Tank sort of like got a pattern of doing this, but, you know, he did lose the weight with ease. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because AB... Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, he didn't even miss weight by like a whole fucking pound. I mean, me, myself, man, I think 130 should be 130. I mean... I don't think you have to be 130 to the T as long as you 130. To me, if you made 130 and 3/4 of a pound, you made weight. So like I said, now 130, 131, 132, okay, we got it. Houston, we got a problem. But to me, he made weight. Now I know there have been some times where Tank didn't make actual weight, where he was like a pound or two overweight. So yeah. Man, with AB, you never know, man. I think he was serious as fuck when he said he wanted to fight Tom Brady. He said he wanted to fight Tom Brady. You know, Tom Brady is pretty damn tall. You know, Tom Brady's like 6'4", so, you know, I don't know. That might be a little too much for AB to deal with, and it's not like AB gonna let his hands go and shit, because according to CompuBox, he only threw like 8 punches around. Me, myself, I don't know about that, because I saw the fight and I watched the fight with the sound off, and Adrian Broner threw and landed more than what they were saying. So, I mean, sometimes you got to watch that shit. And that's what he was talking about the biased broadcast. Yeah. Yeah, he said he'd fight Tom Brady at 175. Like I said, he said if the check clears the shit, he said he'd do it. And he said that he not yeah, man, I to me, I don't go by CompuBox, because I remember, do y'all remember Sugar Ray Leonard versus Marvin Hagner? And they said that Sugar Ray Leonard landed like 300. They said Sugar Ray Leonard landed like an astronomical amount of punches against Marvin Hagner. But I'm trying to figure out, how did he pull that off when Sugar Ray Leonard was basically just, you know, bobbing and weaving, and Sugar Ray Leonard would only throw punches like the last 30 seconds of each round. So basically Sugar Ray Leonard was throwing like 100 punches, you know, every round for like the last 30 seconds. So that kind of don't match up. Yeah, do you remember that? When I say the CompuBox numbers for Sugar Ray Leonard and Marvin Hagner was inaccurate as fuck, you being generous by saying that it was inaccurate. I think it was insane. I don't even think it was even close. They said Sugar Ray Leonard landed like an astronomical amount of punches versus Marvin Hagner. I'm sorry, I didn't see it that way. The best round in that fight was, I think, the 8th round, where they just like sort of like, that's when Sugar Ray Leonard let it all hang. But Sugar Ray Leonard was backpedaling. He was on his bicycle for most of the fight. Yeah, keep in mind, Sugar Ray Leonard didn't want to fight him again. So you got a point. That's what I'm trying to tell people, man. Like, you got to remember, man, people still like that do those CompuBox. This somebody that's supposed to be like counting. It's still like a human being supposed to be counting the punches land and thrown. So you got to understand, they may miss something, or they may give him credit for something that they didn't do. Because I remember the CompuBox numbers for Manny Pacquiao, Tim Bradley won, I think was way off. I thought Tim Bradley was doing better than what most people thought he was doing, because that's what I was trying to tell people. When you look at Tim Bradley, Manny Pacquiao won, the first fight was way more competitive than what they gave Tim Bradley credit for. Because they made it look like Manny Pacquiao just like schooled Tim Bradley in the first fight, and that wasn't even the case. because it was more so like Top Rank, Bob Arum, you know, typical favoritism. Well, as a person that was actually there, keep in mind, I saw, that's what I was trying to tell people. That's what I was trying to tell people. I'm at the, you know, you got these idiots trying to come on your channel and trying to argue with you, but then you a dude that's actually watching the fight. When I say that I was actually watching the fight, I'm talking about I watched it closely. And Manny Pacquiao was missing, and that's what I was trying to tell these idiots. Because if you watch, there was only like maybe 3 rounds that Manny Pacquiao dominated. If you watch the fight closely, you will see that those rounds were up for grabs. So that's why when I hear these idiots talking this shit that Manny Pacquiao dominated and all that type of shit, and it was a blowout and all that shit, like, shit, what fight was you fucking watching? You know what? Every time I watch Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler, I go back and forth. You know, sometimes I had Marvin Hagler winning that fight. Then sometimes I had Sugar Ray Leonard just pulling it out. Because it was like it was a very close fight. Yeah, but Manny Pacquiao, Tim Bradley won, man. Tim got cracked, but he still managed to fight. The thing that pissed me off about AB, that uppercut was there for him all night. The uppercut and the counter. Like Manny Pacquiao with him, sometimes you, to a certain degree, you have to bring the fight to him. I keep trying to tell you, you got to fight Manny Pacquiao close quarters at times. You know the funny part about Sugar Ray Leonard and Aaron Pryor. Let me tell you what happened, why that fight never happened. They was gonna fight at a catch weight, and Sugar Ray Leonard, he kept trying to lowball Aaron Pryor. He didn't want to pay Aaron Pryor. He didn't want to pay Aaron Pryor any money for the fight. I think he offered Aaron Pryor like $200,000. I think Sugar Ray Leonard was gonna get like $6, and he only offered Aaron Pryor like about $200,000, as the story goes. Well, that's the key. You know, you got to understand, Sugar Ray Leonard was beloved by the media. Don't know why, because like I tell you, Sugar Ray Leonard, to a certain degree, Sugar Ray Leonard was a snake. You got to understand, Sugar Ray Leonard wasn't even really supposed to get that Marvin Hagler fight. The fight was supposed to go to Donald Curry. Donald Curry was gonna take that fight. He was gonna move up and fight. Marvin Hagler. Sugar Ray Leonard talked Donald Curry out of taking that fight. So what happened was Sugar Ray Leonard ended up getting the fight. And keep in mind, Donald Curry, he sued Sugar Ray Leonard because Sugar Ray Leonard screwed him out of that fight. Sugar Ray Leonard had a tendency of fucking people over. So I'm just keeping it 100. So, but anyway, I'll be back, y'all.